Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. I'm going to kind of pan around here with the GoPro so that you can see where I'm at. I'm kind of on a little bluff up on Bogus Basin Road in the Boise Foothills. I've flown here before, but I had I think I flew with the Femi Mini the last time I was up here, and I've flown up here with the DJI Mini 2 as well. But as you can see, it's really, really windy. And I tried to get a wind reading with UAV forecast, but I can't get a cell connection. So I don't really know. But I can tell you, it's strong winds. I'm struggling to keep my cap on. And I'm going to show you down here again. You can look at the grass here and see how it's blowing. But what I have for you today, let me show you. I've got the Mavic 3. And I've got my camera bag holding down the landing pad because I'm afraid it'll go flying if I don't. But we're going to take the Mavic 3 up today, and you know, this is just a nice spot. We'll get to look down on Boise, and we'll get to look up at the Bogus Basin Ski Resort and kind of see the foothills here. And the Mavic 3 is the perfect drone for that, because this kind of wind, it's nothing to that drone. It's going to handle it just fine. It's very, very powerful, so we won't have any issues. But anyway, we can kind of do an impromptu look on how long it takes it to get satellites. It's been a couple of days since I've flown the drone, and I'm in a different location, so I don't know, I know it caches satellites for a little while, but this is a couple days later, so we'll see how quick we get satellites. And I will add that the last time I flew it, I got satellites in about a minute and a half. So in any case, let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, so I'm seeing on the main screen here, it wants to update the FlySafe database. But we are, I don't have a cell connection, so we can't do that right now. I'll have to do that when I get back down the hill. However, you can see this is a recommended zone on the DJI database, because obviously we have GPS. So let's click Go Fly here. And I see, look, we've already got 11 satellites, and I've had the drone on for, gosh, maybe a minute. Not even that, so it looks like it's grabbing sats pretty quick. But let's wait till we get that 12, and that seems to be taking a little while. Although, let's look at let's just take the opportunity to look at the safety menu. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's look at that safety menu real quick, and we are in bypass mode. I am going to set altitude way up, and I'll tell you why. We're not going to go over legal altitude, but if we got caught behind one of these hills or something, I want the drone to be able to get over the top. And we're going to set the return to home altitude again, and it's maximum. And this has that intelligent return to home. And so now we got 13 satellites now, so we should be good to go. So that was, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half or so. Let's see, I am going to go, instead of 4K 60, I'm going to change this to 4K 30 frames per second, because I want to be able to use the Explorer mode or the zoom mode on the drone. So yeah, I'm thinking, looks like we're in good shape. No reason not to take off. Let's start recording, and you're going to be able to see it on the GoPro there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to manually start the motors here, and it wants me to check propeller installation. We did that. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead, and it says geozone nearby. We're going to acknowledge that. We're going to kick up on that left stick, and you can see the drone immediately fighting the wind, or you're not going to be able to see it because the GoPro isn't looking at it. So I went up there to kind of give it a look at its landing zone, and the drone kind of pushed off a little bit from where it was initially. Let me drop that camera down somewhat. And, I'm watching the drone fight the wind a little bit, but this is just the drone to do it. So what the heck, let's turn it around and bring it back, and we'll do our droney here. Dropping her down, bringing her in here. Yeah, and I don't think with bypass, yeah, it's probably not going to let me get too close here. So, in fact, let me, I'm going to turn that off for a second. I am going to turn obstacle avoidance off, and we're just going to do that just for a second so I can get the drone in a little closer to me here. Of course, you're not going to be able to see it much on the camera. There may be there. Yeah, the GoPro might have it there. Let's bring it in a little closer. So there, the GoPro should have it. Let's twist it around here a little bit, and I am going to go reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And let's go ahead and hit obstacle avoidance, turn that back on, grab a little more altitude, and boy, I see the drone. It's coping with the wind there. You know, it's not giving us any wind warnings, but man, oh man, it is really, it's dealing with some wind. Okay, that's far enough. Let's do a little bit of a rotation around here. And again, you know, the cool thing about this drone with that obstacle avoidance is, you know, I'm not exactly worried about, you know, running into another one of these hills or anything, because I know the drone with obstacle avoidance, it just won't do it. Yeah, let's speed it up here a little bit. And kind of, we'll rotate around, and there you're getting a look at Bogus Basin right there. That's where the ski resort is up there. And I've gone up there before with the little Mini, and I actually went to the top of one of the lifts and did a video up there. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. And again, you know, it's just so windy. I'm struggling to keep my hat on, but with this drone, you're just not worried about it. And you can see me there standing on top of the hill. I love this drone. And you see a car coming up the hill there. And let's get turned around here where we can see the Treasure Valley and Boise. And we'll move forward. We'll move over the top of this and take a look at and we're actually only 41 meters off of our takeoff height. So let's take a look. We'll get a good look at the Treasure Valley and downtown Boise, etc. And you know, the drone's moving right along at 15 meters per second. It's cruising right, and that's just in normal mode. If we put it in sport mode, we could go a little faster than that, I think. So let's pick it up a little bit to get over the top of this particular hill here, or ridge. Again, you know, with this drone, fortunately, it's not anything you have to worry about too much, because the obstacle avoidance wouldn't let it hit it anyway. So let's slow down, and let's drop the camera down here a little bit as we go, and let's look at the top of this particular mountain. Yeah, and so we're getting into a warning zone there, so we're going to move away from that. But here's the top. Look, this is pretty cool. You can just see the top of this mountain here. So pick it up there, and there is Boise, folks, and that's Bogus Basin Road there, kind of snaking up the hill. Let's get focused in on Boise. Let me pick up the camera, and we're going to see if we can do a little zooming here. And I'm holding down the function button, and we're going to zoom in here. And there's 1.5. That's 1.9. There's 2 by zoom. And let me see if I can kind of center on downtown a little bit. That's me picking up the camera. And let's get it to, And boy, the wind is really coming up here. Well, let's see, I guess I'm stuck at 2x because I need to put it into focus mode. And I almost hate to do that because I got to stop recording, but we're going to stop recording. We're going to turn on focus mode. We're going to start recording. And there we should be able to go in a little further. So let's zoom on in. There is 2 right there. And let's go in. We should be able to go into 4 with just on the micro 4/3 camera. I'm easing it in here. There's 4 right there, and let me pick it up a little bit. So that's on the micro 4/3 camera. So if I hit it again here, I'm going to center it up just a little bit. That's me centering it up, and the next move it'll go to 7x, and that's the top camera, and that should be a little bit clearer. So look at that. That's downtown Boise right there. And I'm trying to spot the state capitol. There's the Capitol building. Let me center on that. Right there is the state capitol building. So let's see how far we can zoom in on that. Let's go, and we're on that top camera. There's 11. There's 15.8. I was trying to stop at 15. See if we can stop at 20. Well, there's 20.6. And then let's go on in. There's 25, a little 25 and a half. Let's go up to 28. And there again, so that's that zoom, that's maximum zoom. And, you know, I'm sure that's going to look a little pixelated on the SD card, but what a cool feature. Let's go back to 1, and you'll see how far away we are. I'm going to tap on the screen, go back to 1, and that's how far away we are. So, pretty darn cool. Let's spin this baby around, and let's go on a little flyabout. We got 20 satellites. And as far as acquiring satellites there, you know, it was, at most, it was a couple of minutes. And I was still messing around trying to get ready to go. So, I don't know. For me, it's not a problem. I've never really had much of a problem with this guy picking up satellites. So, we can go over the top of this ridge right here. I think we should. And we're moving along again in normal mode at 15 meters per second. So that's over 30 miles an hour. It's just, let me tell you, this is why you buy a drone like the Mavic 3. Because you can be in these kind of windy conditions and be in an area like this. And I'm dropping the gimbal down so you can kind of see the top of the ridge here. And we're not very far off the top of that ridge. That is just cool, isn't it? How cool is that? And we can just go right along the top of this ridge. But, you know, a drone like this, because you don't have to worry, you know, you got really good signal strength. You don't have to worry about running into something because of this 360 obstacle avoidance. It just allows you the kind of latitude to be very comfortable on these kind of flights and to have that zoom capability. And trust me, the wind right now, I'm just guessing, it's at least 20 miles an hour. At least. So this is fun going along this ridge here. And there we're looking at, boy, a big gust of wind came up here. Man, I mean, it's more than 25 miles an hour right now. And that drone is just dealing with it. So I don't know what this draw is. We can take a look at this. This is kind of cool. Looks like, yeah, so this is where there's a lot of walking trails and mountain biking trails up here. And I don't know if that's a mountain biking trail we're looking at there or just a walking trail, but there's, the foothills here is full of them. And really, really cool place to explore. Okay, let's turn around here. And I see, what do I see up there? There's a tower. I don't know if that's a cell phone tower or what. We can, I I think we should, I think I don't have to go up there. I can zoom in on it, can I? Yeah, looks like a cell phone tower. There's 4 by zoom. And there again, cool reason to have a product like this. And let's go back out to 1. And turn around here. So there's some houses up here. Let's we're gonna have to gain some altitude to get up here by these guys. And let me tell you, the wind is really picking up. And if you'll notice, we're not getting any wind warnings or anything with the drone. So I'm about 100 meters high here now. So there's some people that build some amazing homes up here, and we're not going to bother these guys. I'm not going to get too close. I'll tell you, you need to respect, you know, this is somebody's home, so it's not like I'm going to, you know, dive bomb it or anything, but from a distance here, we'll look over the top of them. Oh, so what we were looking at there was a power line. Yeah, so these are power lines. Yeah, see, I totally missed that. Well, that's something you'd want to be careful of for sure. And I'll tell you, the wind is really picking up here, folks. It's gale force winds up here right now. And this drone is just handling it. So I'm staying well clear of those power lines over there. We'll move over this way. Got a nice long driveway here. Yeah, there we got a wind warning. So discretion is the better part of valor. I'll bring it down, and we're on that hill over there. Yeah, so that got rid of it. We're not far from where I'm at. So, but that was kind of interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen a wind warning with this. And let me tell you, the wind was picking up. I'm just telling you, there was some wind going on there. Boy, how'd you like to be able to afford one of these houses, huh? Pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Let's move to the side. We don't want to get too carried away here. Okay. Let's look around here and kind of head back towards where we're at. Yeah, so what I thought was a cell phone tower over there was actually a power line, so glad I figured that out. Heading back towards us here. Let's, we can kind of do a little bit of an orbit around this guy. Boy, there's some beautiful homes up here. Might not be easy to get to in the wintertime, but boy, they are beautiful homes. Gotta envy the folks that live up here. So let's head back to us here, and we can look off the other direction. And there you can see me standing on top of that mountain, maybe. Well, let's see if let's do this. Let's zoom in on me here. So we're zooming, we're zooming, we're zooming. There's 4, there's 7, and you can see me standing there. I'm trying to yaw the drone around. Yep, there I am standing on top of the hill. Let's see how close we can get. And we're almost 600 meters away, and there's 28 by zoom. Let me turn around and wave at the drone. Hey, is that cool or what? You gotta love it. Let's go back to 1, and let's go off this direction. We still got 48. Yeah, it said weak signal, so I'll turn to face the drone. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Well, I've seen it before, I guess, on this drone, but it's not often. OcuSync 3 is amazing. There we go. I got another little wind warning there for a second. So, but we're still at 46% battery. Yeah, it's giving me some wind warnings now. So, yeah, let's bring her down. And there I am down there. Let's wait for that car to go by. Maybe we'll do an overflight here. There I am standing there, and you can see Bogus Basin Road snaking its way up here, and some cars coming their way. Yeah, I'm getting another wind warning. So what you're seeing, and the drone's just about right above me right now, so what you're seeing right there, so those cars are parked, they're going down that trail that you see right there. So, yeah, let's bring this guy down a little bit. Boy, I'll tell you what, the wind is really blowing. Man, I'm having to turn my back to the wind to keep from losing my hat. So that trail, yeah, we can kind of follow this trail a little ways. Yeah, it just goes kind of down the side of this draw here. Pretty cool. And this is that, I think this is that ridge that we followed earlier. We can look on the other side of it. That's one of the things that I love about these drones, is being able to explore. I love being able to explore stuff like this. Yeah, so this is that other draw that we went up at the other direction. So there again, there's looking down into the Treasure Valley in Boise. All right, 39% battery. Let's see what this guy will do. And we're at about 100 meters high, so let's give it a return to home, and let's see what happens here. I'm going to hit return to home on the controller, or excuse me, on the app. And let's just see what it does. Man, I'll tell you, it's windy. Holy macaronis. It's making its way home slowly but surely. And you can see where I'm at there. Let's drop that gimbal down as we're going over the top of this. What do you say? Yeah, that's kind of a cool shot, huh? And it's moving at about 10 meters per second. Yeah, look at that draw down there. Goes right down to Bogus Basin Road. And there's the trail right next to it. And you can see all those cars. Those people are walking on that trail. That's those cars that are parked by the side there. And then you'll see me on the next hill up here. And we should see the drone, it will reduce in altitude. That smart return to home, it should reduce in altitude as it gets close to us. 33% battery, 22 satellites. Still at 100 meters high. I wonder when it's going to start its descent here. Yeah, so it is now. It's starting its descent. Well, maybe not. I saw it at 99 meters there for a second. Yeah, now it is. It's not starting its descent till it's almost back to us. It was about 80 meters away from us, distance-wise, before it started its descent. So we'll see what happens here. I will, if it doesn't look like we're going to get a good precision landing, I will cancel the return to home, and I'm going to move this, and hopefully the wind won't blow away my my landing pad. Yeah, we're going to have to cancel, aren't we? So, it may have seen it, but I wasn't going to take that chance. Man, I'm telling you, the wind is really blowing it around here. Okay. This wind makes it a little bit of a challenge. I mean, the drone is really... Yeah, so the drone is a couple of things. I'm trying to stand close to it, and it's seeing me. Yeah, it's hard to... Okay. Come back, baby. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to throw it in cine mode, see if I can do a little better. There we go, straight down. Well, we're off a little bit. But in this wind, I'm going to count that as a win. A win in this wind. Okay, stop recording. Okie dokie, folks. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, guys. The Mavic 3. This drone just proves its worth more day after day. Whoop, there goes my... I knew that was going to happen. My landing pad just went flying. You know, I had a weight on it. I got it, though. You know what happened? As it blew away, it folded up, and that saved me. So, got it back up here, and I'm going to stick it under something. Okay. Back to our conclusion. You got to see me chase the landing pad, and I'm on the top of this hill, so it could have really gone flying down there. I got lucky, I think. But anyway, that's how windy it is. And once I shut the drone down, I noticed I had a cell connection all of a sudden. I don't know why I didn't earlier. So I checked UAV forecast, and I'll put that, well, I will have already put that on the screen, but 21 mile an hour sustained, 36 mile an hour gusts. It's windy up here, I'm just telling you. I have my back to the wind right now because otherwise I wouldn't be able to keep my hat on. And then you also were able to see the Before You Fly app, and you know, this is a clear area to fly, which I knew it was anyway from looking at the sectional charts. But I just like to show that stuff. And I'd like you guys to be able to see the GPS coordinates so you can see where I'm at and where I fly at. So anyway, back to the Mavic 3. Performed perfectly. We did get some wind warnings, understandably. I was just in normal mode, but you know, you would never tell it flying the drone. It flew just fine, and I think we got some really cool zooms here. We got to go over the top of one of these ridges and down into one of the draws and so forth. I think that's really fun. And like I said, half the fun of these drones is exploring, right? Looking around and seeing what there is to see. So, yeah, I mean, man, I had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this too. And I hope you enjoyed seeing downtown Boise. We zoomed in on the Capitol building even. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And I hope I don't lose my hat here. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And heck yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.